I'm so pleased to be able to welcome again Ann Shelley. And I have a topic that sounds a bit harsh. I don't mean it to be, and I hope parents can learn from it. The topic is this America's favorite form of child abuse? And by that I mean the running down of one's co-parent and letting the kids know, whether it's by things I say, rolls of the eyes, or maybe I just don't talk to or about this other person. That's just they've achieved non-person status in my household. But my kids, of course, are experiencing that as attacks on them. That they know that I'm basically saying, I think your other parent is garbage, is worthless, is not worth knowing, is not worth my talking to. But we somehow tolerate this in our society. We wouldn't tolerate beating children. We wouldn't tolerate blowing smoke in their faces. We wouldn't tolerate hurting them by driving without seatbelts and restraints and so forth. And yet this is right out in the open.
Absolutely. I think as we as a society changed and made that social norm shift from, not seatbelting our kids into the norm which is required, that took a collaboration, a working of everyone, not just the people who are in the homes raising the children, parents. It is all of us who are working with and for those families, the attorneys, the judges, the mediators, parent educators, and all of us have to start relearning what divorce can look like and also changing our conversation, changing the words. My best advice to parents is always, when you go seek assistance, be it from a professional or from a friend or a family, you are able to say yes or no to that help. You have that power and control as to who you're going to get the advice from. And when you're going to a professional, it's essential to ask good questions. Find out if that professional can help you look at the experience differently, not just from a competitive adversarial perspective, but how can I move myself and my family out of continuing to potentially cause my child harm and abuse by engaging in a highly competitive experience.
I couldn't agree more. And remember, these are your children, and if you're in a lawsuit, this is your case. You have a right to go to your attorney, and an obligation, I would say, toward your children to go and say, this is the kind of divorce that I want to have. I want a peaceful, cooperative one, even if my co-parent isn't presently on board. One of the ways to do that, of course, is to do the work on the Up to Parents website. Take your commitments to any lawyer you're thinking of hiring and say, can you help me achieve this kind of divorce? If not, what you want to do is throw kerosene on a small fire and turn it into a large fire, I'm not interested. These kids are your responsibility and the case is yours. You have a chance to control all of this. Just to wrap up with the point that you were making earlier, Ann, though, this is, it seems, something society is going to have to grow together to understand. This is our favorite form of child abuse because it hides in plain view. It's in front of us, and we just don't appreciate how much damage we're doing, how much pain we're causing immediately, and how much deficit, how much disadvantage we're putting our children at in the long run.
I think that all of us can work better, and we need to do better for our children in how we talk with one another, how we look at this whole issue, and again, continue to see this as an opportunity for change.
Thanks so much, Ann.